Hello and welcome back to the Davina House, and we got a lot to tell you.
Yeah. So the past couple months has been really busy. Last year, around September, we were planning on moving to Missouri. And
so sorry for not getting back to you.
yes, sorry.
We had a lot of fire here.
Yeah. I've been dealing with a lot of stuff with my grandma and her being in a nursing home. So that's why it's just been so crazy. David coming down, and he had to take over her apartment because she has to live in a nursing home now, unfortunately.
And then other things.
I don't know if we ever told you guys that we wanted children in the future, but I guess that dream did come true in a surprising way, because if many people don't know, I suffered with PCOS, possibly, and not being able to get pregnant. Possibly. Because I would miss periods. My periods weren't normal. I would go months. There was one year where I went a whole year, except for 1 month of having a period. I had a birth control in my arm that needed to be taken out, and this was around 2022 maybe that I finally got it out. I had it for over 6 years, so I thought, well, that could have been a cause of me not being able to get pregnant. It expired and everything, and just with my body not being normal as it is, it was just hard. We wanted children, but you know, we waited on God's time too. Fast forward to last year, I would say around October, I had my last period. And before that I was exercising. And then after I started exercising, my periods would come back gradually. Because I wanted to do it naturally, because I believed that God could give me my periods. So that's what I did. I said, you know what? I'm not taking no medication to jumpstart a period. So after I started exercising, my periods came back. And I said, okay. October of last year was my last period. And I just thought, well, I'm stressed. I'm dealing with my grandma. We're dealing with moving down here. We had a lot on our plate. And maybe my body's just overwhelmed with everything.
Back and forth with jobs and stuff too.
Yeah.
We are living here, but we're trying to also find other places too. But
yeah,
I guess it worked out in a way that we can stay here instead. Maybe in the future, finally have our own place.
And then November, it was around Thanksgiving. My brother and everybody got sick. And the next day, the day after Thanksgiving, I got sick. And I just thought, well, I guess I got what everybody else had. Now keep in mind, too, in the past, I used to think I would have pregnancy symptoms. My brain would, I guess, trick me into thinking that you're pregnant because I wanted a baby so much. And so I would have these symptoms that would mimic what it felt like to be pregnant. I believe that it was real to me. I physically felt it. And maybe at those times I could have been possibly pregnant, but I unfortunately miscarried.
I don't know if we were pregnant or not, or miscarried or anything.
We just don't know. I got sick, and it was terrible. It was a terrible sickness on that day. And after I got sick, I never had an appetite. And I started maybe noticing some things, but I just took it as, well, maybe that's the only thing that tastes good, and I would crave spicy food.
Which is not a normal thing that you like to crave a lot.
No, it's really not, actually.
I mean, you like spicy, but not like that.
No, it was to the point where that's all I ever wanted was spicy. And I said, well, maybe my taste buds are just being funky or something, I don't know.
The fact that she definitely loves chicken.
Yes, that's another thing. I really love chicken. And every time I would prepare chicken, and then suddenly I would gag off of it. The smell of it, just preparing it wanted to make me puke. And I said, something's not right in this. Because I like chicken. So we just thought that was weird. But I just took it as, well, maybe I'm tired of eating the same old thing. Maybe trying to do it differently would be better. And there was times where he would fix me a different type of chicken where he would fry it and I did just fine. And I said, well, maybe I just wanted something different instead of just seasoning all the time. And then when we would go back to seasoning, that's when I would start to gag again. I said, okay, so maybe we need a break. Flash forward to this year, I started to notice I would get lightheaded and dizzy a lot. I just took it as my body's just overwhelmed with a lot of stuff. You know, he's needed to find a job. I was worried about my grandma, and I guess my body just eventually just took its toll. All of a sudden, I went from not having an appetite to eating a whole lot. Because at the time, I really wasn't eating. It was around maybe May. It just got worse with the headaches and lightheadedness, and I just said, actually, he said, well, maybe we should take a pregnancy test. And I said, a pregnancy test? I said, I really doubt we're pregnant because we've been through this before.
Yeah, I've probably been trying to say that. Maybe think about the possibility even back before.
And even with that, you know, I took it as, why would God allow us to get pregnant now when we're in a bad situation? Like at that time, I wasn't thinking. I was thinking about our situation. I was thinking about how stressed I was.
In mysterious ways.
Yeah.
You know that our situation will get better in the future, which is why it's totally possible that we could, in fact, have a baby, right? Because it takes 9 months for that sort of thing. So definitely in 9 months you can find yourself in a better situation.
Yeah.
So I finally got a new car. That's another thing.
Oh yeah, he's got another
Got
car.
that junky car finally out.
Yeah. Flash forward to May. Middle of May, I would say around the 14th maybe. And it was on a Monday. I said, I'm going to take that pregnancy test. So when we got up, took the pregnancy test. And there was 2 in the box. There was one where there was 2 lines and then a digital. So I took the one with the lines first. This is, I don't know if you can see it, but it has 2 lines on there. We took that one first. And then I said, well,
We need to make sure.
we need to make sure because, it's just one. And we never took a pregnancy test where it said basically we're pregnant. So we took the digital, and then the digital is when it says pregnant. I said, okay.
We knew we wanted to make sure by some kind of professional.
Yeah.
Ultrasound-wise.
Yeah, that's a headache in itself. I went to a place called Birthright. They had me take a urine test. You're pregnant. Okay. So that was...
This has been going on, like, going to different places just to get a urine test done, just to say, yes, you're pregnant. Trying so hard to get someone to give us an ultrasound. We go somewhere, we're supposed to get an ultrasound, and...
The ultrasound technician wasn't even in that day. I'm like, well, I made an appointment for an ultrasound.
That was at a place called Oasis.
Yeah. And then we went to, I guess it's another hospital that they recommended.
Like all the SSM health
Yeah.
places around. To not even get an ultrasound there, but we finally got the ultrasound.
Yep.
Because they wanted to give us the runaround.
Yeah, it was a
To go to
headache.
different places, because apparently there's a weird thing called a BMI cutoff.
Yeah, I never heard of
And
it.
supposedly, this is the only hospital in St. Louis that can do it, instead of anywhere else closer.
Yeah.
My job, and where I was working at an SSM facility, didn't want me to go anywhere. They
Yeah.
were basically threatening me that I would, because it's a temporary service that I'm going through. And they were going to tell me, hey, if you get too many days off, you're going to get terminated and stuff. So, couldn't make it for the ultrasound, and that wasn't very good.
Yeah, we're
My
still...
mom had to be on video chat with me so I can even just see it.
I mean, I'm still upset with that. I don't know if I can really get over that. It's going to take some time because, this is our first baby. God is very important to us. God is like my life. He's the reason why our baby is healthy right now.
For 7 months of that, we didn't know we were pregnant.
We didn't even know we were
And
pregnant.
all the stress that was on her and everything else that was going on, that kept that baby safe the whole time. Yeah, I think so.
That's only God, and if you don't believe in God...
There's a lot of stuff that could have caused anybody else to have stuff like miscarriages and things, and that it didn't happen.
I believe God protected our baby. If you don't know God, let this be it. Let this be a testimony. Our baby, I believe, is going to come out healthy, and I keep having my dreams that this baby is healthy. So here is some ultrasounds of our little baby.
So close, maybe.
Hopefully you can see it. I know it's dark, I'm sorry.
One of these ultrasounds that reveals gender, but we wanted to do it in a separate video.
Yeah. So make your guesses what you guys think this baby is. And we will reveal it in our next video.
Another one, we really wanted to just tell you all about really the pregnancy.
Yeah.
That finally happened after all this time. And
Yeah. We're definitely going to start making more. Especially now that we have a baby on the way. Definitely can make some vlogs. And if you're a woman out there who's struggling to get pregnant, let my story be a testimony for you.
there's something I got myself at the mall just the other day. Watcha! Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I guess that's all pretty much all we wanted to tell you, and I guess we're gonna close out now.
Keep loving each other. Most importantly, love the Lord. Grow a relationship with Him. If you don't have Him in your life, invite Him. Give it a chance. Just give it a chance. Give it one day. That's all He asks, and it'll change your life.
This has been the Dab in the House. We'll be back in another video.